Out of Spring Glen, we'll get somebody to point us to that final story. It's what we do. How's it going?
How are you?
Fantastic. You want to point at our map?
Pardon?
You want to point at our map?
Sure.
Okay. Simple process. Have you seen it before?
I just drop it, right?
Yeah. Close your eye. Well, drop it, or just close your eyes and make a dot. This is actually Spring Glen.
Oh, okay.
So down the road a piece.
Good.
And we're going to see whose house that is when we get there.
All right.
You ready?
Oh, I am so ready.
He'd already know.
Eddie is ready.
And he was born ready.
Let's go this way. Trying to psych you out. Hi there. I don't even have to knock.
What's up?
How are you?
Good.
I'm Todd.
Mike,
Nice to meet you, Mike.
how are you guys?
Fantastic.
You guys
So
aren't going to put me on TV, are you?
we'd love to.
No, I'm not a good TV person.
Darn it.
Well,
So-
thanks anyway.
If I gave up that quickly, we'd never have a show. I had to explain to Mike how fate brought me to his house.
We had somebody close their eyes and make a dot on a map, and it took us right here
Really?
to your house.
My place. So I figured something will land on this house eventually.
Well, at least it was a dot from a marker.
And this old house is something Mike Hovat doesn't mind talking about, even on TV.
This is one of the first 6 homes that was in this town of Spring Glen. It was
Really?
called Yule.
So it's been redone, obviously, because it looks...
My front room
Great.
is the original log cabin.
His ancestors would never recognize the 103-year-old log cabin.
You walk outside and there'd be a little lean-to, and my grandma's cook stove right on the other side there. Couple
So
steps.
this was it.
This was it.
This room.
This front room, yeah.
Fortunately for Mike, the well and the outhouse have seen upgrades over the past century. He loves finding out everything he can about those 103 years.
I've got to get a hold of one family over in Emery County. This town of Spring Glen was named after some of their ancestors. It's called Yule, E-W-E-L-L, back in the teens. It's on my grandma and grandpa's marriage license and on my dad and my aunt's birth certificates.
It's just an old house with more than 100 years worth of stories.
No place like home.
Yeah. Well, especially when it's got character like this.
Yeah, it's just an old house. I call it the old cabin. It doesn't mean a lot to a lot of the family, but it means a lot to me.
What I appreciate about Mike is the fact that he appreciates the past, and he wanted nothing to do with this TV show for about a minute, and then he warmed up pretty quickly. And by the time we left, he gave every one of us a box of Cracker Jacks, and he gave us a bag of apples. He's a pretty good apple. And that's a pretty good way to end this episode. So until I knock on your door, I hope to see you next time on the Story Trek. That's a pretty good apple. If I do say so myself. Don't talk with your mouth full, John. We've got to Carbonville, Utah. We've got a little tornadic activity going on. We're gonna just spin our way to our next story. And the next time you get a quilt, think about how important, how thing stuff in and others and warm and it's nice. It's a story about a woman who's turned her passion into an important business for her family, and it's something else that I can't think of right now. So, is that good? Yep. Okay. Print it. Take a look at what's coming up next on the Story Trek. Dogs barking in the background. There goes my map! There goes my map! I'm gonna get the map! Got the map! Feel like I accomplished something today.
Somebody's at the door.